So Cal, let me ask you, are we back to bull mode?
Bull mode?
Yeah.
I think sentiment definitely is back in bull mode. I don't really know where we're at crypto market wise. I think I've obviously been pretty head down on more developing for stuff. But I think what's interesting about what we're seeing in the crypto markets right now is that the buying pressure is a lot different than it used to be. So the narrative is very heavily focused on institutional buying, and obviously now with Do Kwon buying billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin, there's a lot of focus on this idea lately that a lot of the buying pressure of Bitcoin is going to be either institutional or it's going to be protocol level buying. So if anyone doesn't know, this is maybe a good little news piece to cover. Do Kwon, basically the leader of Terra and UST, is the co-founder, is basically buying Bitcoin with the UST Treasury. So drop a little link in chat, but essentially what he's doing is he's taking the UST Treasury, which has recently been kind of hit with some FUD about essentially that UST is provably not backed, and it's not like they're even trying to be backed by dollars, but people basically gave them a lot of shit for not being backed by dollars with the UST token. Instead of backing it by dollars, they have a more protocol level sustainability mechanic built in. So when you mint one UST, you burn one Luna, and you can also do the reverse, which is how basically it evens its price out. You can destroy one UST to get $1 worth of Terra worth of Luna. So it's kind of this interesting mechanism that kind of feeds back into itself. But then a lot of people basically questioned the backing of the Treasury and everything like that. So their organization is funnily named Luna Foundation Guard, which is LFG, and basically their plans are to basically acquire $3 billion worth of Bitcoin, and if you look longer term, they want to build like a $10 billion fund that backs UST. So I guess there's a couple interesting things to this. There's a couple of people who are basically speaking out against what they're doing and saying that it adds even more blow up risk to the UST token. The fact that they're adding some sort of treasury reserve of Bitcoin, because basically when the Bitcoin price goes down, usage of stablecoins goes down, attention on crypto goes down, and people are saying it causes cascading potential failure. Other people look at it similar to how they looked at MicroStrategy, which is that it's a bet on the future of Bitcoin and digital currencies as a whole. And if the Terra Treasury holds all this Bitcoin and crypto continues to grow, then it's just going to get exponentially more valuable. So I don't know. I think it's a cool strategy. I think essentially Polycub is a miniature version of that, where the protocol owned liquidity owns a bunch of Bitcoin. Obviously, it's not only Bitcoin; it's Bitcoin and stablecoins and Ethereum. But I do think this treasury strategy of holding digital assets, whether it's stablecoins or Bitcoin or Ethereum, is kind of the future of both protocols and institutions. So I don't know what you guys think about Do Kwon and everything that's happening right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly interesting. I've been confused as to the strategy, and I haven't done the research to really dive into it deeply. But UST is an algo stablecoin, right? It's the whole thing was based on the conversion. So right. What does the treasury of Bitcoin add to it? I don't see the mechanism, but maybe they've added something to them. Not on that.
Yeah, I don't think it really adds much. It's just kind of the nice to have type of thing.
Yeah, it's just
kind of similar to Polycub protocol liquidity, where the protocol liquidity technically kind of backs Polycub, as in you have that risk-free value, but at the same time there's no mechanism to convert Polycub back into the protocol liquidity and take $1 worth of Polycub out of the liquidity. So I think that's pretty much what UST
so
is doing.
I disagree there, just because. So when the protocol own liquidity starts buying Polycub from the market, that is a feedback mechanism.
True.
So that,
but I guess there's no redemption mechanism.
Yeah, there's no redemption, but over time it does translate value back to the outside the protocol. So there's, as far as I'm aware, with the Bitcoin backing of UST, there's no mechanism like that, and I could be wrong about that. I don't know. As far as I'm aware. So yeah, but I mean, backing just for psychological purposes, I mean, maybe it has value, but not to me.
I saw a little bit about this. Like, I forget what someone posted. It might have been like a Twitter thread, and then I was digging through it. But I guess people are just like, from what I understood, it's just like, all right, you're using Bitcoin as your treasury, and Bitcoin's a volatile asset, and people are just like, this sounds like a recipe for disaster.
Well, those are people who have no faith in the future of crypto.
Yeah, and well, that's the thing. I'm just like, okay, I get it. Well, it's just it's the mindset. It's the fundamental shift of, we're used to a world where, a treasury is backed by, $1. It's like, it's guaranteed this is $1. And it's like, Bitcoin's not guaranteed to be any price. It could be higher, it could be lower. And I guess that creates uncertainty or volatility. But, it's just that it's not the norm now. It goes against the norm. So that's why people are going to be, worried or skeptical. 10, 20 years from now, people may be more comfortable with that than they are with something backed by the US dollar. So in the end, it all goes down to just, what is that? I can't think of the word I'm looking for, but just, I don't want to say wisdom of the crowd, but just, the way the masses think what is considered normal and what is considered not normal. And that changes because 100 years ago, 100 plus years ago, is normal to trade gold and silver for products. And right when fiat first came out, people were like, what the F is this? Piece of paper? So we're in a paradigm shifting time. They're always going on, whether it's just within industry or within economies or within just world economy. And crypto certainly creating a paradigm shift.
That is for sure.